Hello everyone, thank you for being with me today. I'm going to talk about child pornographers. I'm talking about children that download images about people who download images of very young children for the purposes of sexual gratification. Normally we would have 10 or 15 or 20, but we're working with NCMEC as we have in the past, and we're wanting to do this in shorter order as we get them in so that we can get them in jail quicker. You see, I don't believe you can get someone who deals in child pornography in the county jail and subsequently in prison quick enough. But it's worthy to go over some of these folks today so that you know who is doing very deviant things with child pornography. And we have research that shows us the overwhelming majority of these people either have engaged a child in inappropriate or sexual conduct or would if they had the opportunity. So this is not people that's just looking at child pornography. These are deviant people looking at very obscene materials. Now, some people still want to think that child pornography is some 16, 17-year-old girl who's a juvenile dressed up and looks like she's 25. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, these folks were looking at images of children being sexually abused or in sexually provocative states as young as in diapers. Did you hear what I just said? Children being sexually abused that are as young as being in diapers. And these folks are collecting those images. So how about Kevin Hairston? He's 28 years of age. He did work at Nick and Mo's, and I know neither Nick or Mo is happy about this. He's charged with 10 counts of child porn, and we confirmed that he focused on children as young as 5 to 6 years of age. Did you hear what I said? This is a child, a baby, literally. We caught him with 10 counts. Or how about Demontavis Saunders? He's 21. He had 2 counts of child porn that we've charged him with and 1 count of promotion. He was happy to talk to us. He bragged and talked and confessed. And what's interesting, he didn't seem to understand that this was a very deviant thing that he was doing throughout his conversation with us. Understand that when we tell you they're charged with this many counts, that's only initially. We go back and do a forensic on all of their electronic devices and come back and file additional charges if we find additional child pornography or child obscenity. And it's rare when we don't find additional child pornography. How about Felix Ortiz? 6 counts of child porn. And then there's Zhen Shai Chin. He's 40 years of age. He worked at the Lucky Walk. His family owned that. 132 counts of child porn. And I can tell you, his family was mortified and worked with us completely whenever we did this investigation. But there's an outstanding warrant for him. You know why? Because he's currently over in China. He's not in the country at this moment in time. If he comes back, he will be arrested. If he does not come back, we will work with the Chinese authorities to deal with him over there. They'll probably be more than happy to extradite him to us. In addition to the 132 counts of child porn, in addition to that, he had baby sex toys. Did you hear that? this is disgusting. His family thinks it's disgusting. The world thinks it's disgusting. And then there's Juan Valdez. He's only 17. He had 500 images of child porn. 500. And he confessed. He said he's been downloading child porn for 4 years, since he was 13. Parents, where are you? Are you not watching what he's doing? He was downloading child porn of infants as young as 2 years old. This is not a 17-year-old downloading photographs of a 16-year-old, which is still illegal. This is 2 years old. He's currently charged as a juvenile, but we've asked our state attorney to waive him over to adult court because of the many images he has and the content he possessed of the very, very young children. That's frightening. Anytime you deal with folks dealing in child porn, it's frightening. Now, you'll have more of these press conferences and releases on fewer numbers of people because we're already working on the next group of people that we bring for you as we continue on our endeavor. We go after child predators, child pornographers, pedophiles, those that want to hurt our children 24/7. Are there any questions on that topic?
It's very unsettling every time we talk about this, but for me, what's especially unsettling is that some of these are kids, they're 17, 18, 19, 29, whatever they are. You said that the one guy, Valdez, started when he was only 13. When does this start with most people? Is that the usual?
I would tell you 13 is young, 17 is young. But see, back in the day, people didn't have access to this kind of child pornography. And the rare times that we found child pornography, it was old film that had been around forever. Not that that's an excuse, and it came from the Netherlands. What we're experiencing now is people making child porn here. And these telephones, who now have cameras on them, can do top quality video. And it's so much more dangerous for the victims, and it's so much easier for the suspects. This is something we didn't experience before social media and these cameras. So for all the good this phone is, used the right way, we see over and over and over it used the wrong way. If you remember the last time we met, a guy actually took his 4-year-old little girl over to his friend's house for the friend to sexually abuse the child while he took pictures and video. So this is going to be an ongoing struggle, but the message is clear. Our state attorney, Brian Haas, who is simply the very best, and his team, to include Brad Copley, who's an expert in obscenity, supports going after these child predators, these child pedophiles, and certainly these child pornographers. And we don't care your age or where you are. We will chase you no matter where we have to chase you to lock you up.
Sheriff, just to put a finer point on that really quickly, you're saying that people are getting exposed to child porn because of cell phones at a younger age?
Absolutely. A lot of people are being exposed to child porn at a younger age, and they're making child porn that in the past never would have occurred. And it was easy to get caught in the past because then they had to use a camera, then they had to have someone develop the film. Back in the day, we used to get called all the time by developers of film saying, hey, somebody tried to get this developed. Well, those days are gone. Now, it's there with their technology, and they can put it on their own technology to create these movies, and it's sickening. But word to the wise, we're coming after you, and we're going to catch you. If we didn't catch you this time, we'll catch you next time. We'll never slow down our resolve and determination to go after those who abuse children.
Maybe this is a $64 million question. I don't know if there's an answer, but let me just throw it at you. Why do people do this in the first place? Is there a genetic factor, or is it environmental? I know that most people do not go, oh, I'm going to become a child pornography addict. There's no choice there. So why do these people fall into this category?
Sure. Why do they do that? Well, let me first put it in Polk County vernacular. They have a hitch in their giddy up. They're wired different. This is normal to them, or this is exciting to them, or this is challenging to them to see if they can get away with it. They really believe that. It is a rush, or they're very comfortable with that sexual conduct. Some of them clearly and easily talk to us about it like, what's the big deal? Well, we're teaching them what the big deal is. The big deal is they're going to the county jail as a stop-off place before we send them to prison.
Sheriff, just to pivot a little bit to another topic, if that's
Wait,
okay?
before you get into
Ken's
that.
gonna go.
Let me just do the one more, and then we can go into that one, if that's okay, just to stay
Sure.
on the same
Yeah.
topic. Is there any research to show that they can be rehabbed? Because eventually, they're gonna get out of jail, they're gonna get out of prison, and then possibly become victimizers again.
As you know, once they come through the system, yes, eventually they can get out of prison. But they're also designated as either a sexual offender or a sexual predator, and we watch them forevermore. It's not the ones we watch we worry about the most. We do worry about them, but not the most. We worry about the ones we don't know about the most. But research shows that they never change their personality. With the right counseling, some of them can suppress that natural tendency and not do it. Most don't. Most don't suppress it. Most don't want to suppress that conduct or that tendency, and that's why we keep putting them in jail.